This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, this is Brother Mike. I'm back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Welcome to my silver anniversary. Thank you for tuning in. Today's Bible study is Perilous Times. They're almost upon us. Please call somebody and tell them the program's on. All of our services at the Arizona Deliverance Center and at HardcoreChristianity.com are on our website. You can go there and you'll see that we have 3 Zoom services every week, Wednesdays, Saturday, and Sundays. We have Ladies' Night every Tuesday night at 6:30. We have 2 live services on every Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m. My podcast is Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock. We have worship service at 3 o'clock at the Deliverance Center and 2 Singing in Tongues worship services, one Friday, 6 p.m., one Saturday at 4:30. I hope you will join us. May God richly bless you. If you need a receipt for your donations last year, send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com, or call me, 602-636-5800. Perilous times are coming, friends. 2 Timothy chapter 3, the great apostle Paul warned his disciple, this know, Greek word gnosko, understand. Understand this, he said, in the last days, perilous times shall come. Greek word for perilous there is kalipos. It means dangerous. And Paul wasn't kidding. He says in the same verse, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, lovers of pleasure, more than lovers of God. 1 Timothy chapter 4. The Holy Spirit speaks expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and teachings of demons. They will speak lies and hypocrisy, and they will have their conscience seared with a hot iron. Here you see Brother Paul talking about the condition of the world, including sinners in 2 Timothy 3, and the condition of the church, the backsliding church, the lukewarm church, the carnal church, in 1 Timothy chapter 4. And he doesn't pull any punches, does he? No, he sure doesn't. But dangerous times are coming, and the symptoms of that are already here. We're only a few years away from the rapture now. It's time for you to get ready to make your move. You cannot waste 2026. You just can't do it. Check this out. In New Mexico, a woman named Sonia Jimenez, she's 38 years old. She got pregnant and didn't want the baby. Well, she went with a bunch of friends on a lake trip. And that night while they were camping, she just said, hey, I need to go to the restroom. So they went to one of the porta potties. And if you've ever been in a porta potty, you know that they don't just have water in them. They're filled with blue sanitizer fluid. And she went in the porta potty and, believe it or not, sat down on the porta potty seat where you go to the bathroom and had the baby. The baby flopped into the porta potty blue water, so to speak. Can you believe it? The cops showed up and they discovered the body of the infant. She had given a live birth. The baby fell into the blue fluid. She cut her umbilical cord herself, and the baby drowned. Paul was right, friends. Paul was right. The United States, what's going on with the United States? I'm glad you asked. I've done many shows in the past on physician-assisted suicide, PAS. And I warned that that was only step one. Step two is euthanasia. Euthanasia. Because United Kingdom and Canada, for example, and we follow closely after these countries, by the way, have all enacted euthanasia. Well, in the United States, 13 states now have physician-assisted suicide, and it's on the ballot in like 6 or 7 or 8 more. And, for example, the West Coast is loaded with physician-assisted suicide. California, Oregon, Washington, as you can imagine. Colorado's in with the mix out west. Maine and Illinois out east. Montana out west. Vermont, Washington, D.C. out east. Sweeping the country. Physician-assisted suicide. And as you know, PAS allows people that are terminally ill and have an approximate estimation of 6 months left to live. They allow themselves to self-determine their life and commit medical suicide. But that's only the beginning. It's going to get much, much worse. Canada led the way, and we're just following suit with them. But it takes us a few years to catch up to Canada. Canada is a horribly satanic country. They have horrible policies up there, and obviously don't have the Bill of Rights and don't have a constitution. Check this out. The Ontario's Medical Assistance in Dying Death Review Committee, that's a long title, isn't it? They came out with their statistics. They run a couple of years behind, but in 2023, 65 people just in Ontario alone had their lives ended by Canada's assisted suicide and euthanasia program. And Canada is so anxious to kill these people, these 65 people were exterminated the same day they applied for the services. No waiting period, no psychiatric analysis, nothing. They filled out the application and said, hey, I want somebody to kill me. They said, we'll be happy to do that, no problemo. Bang, 65 people got it the same day they made their request. 154 more people were euthanized or put to sleep or put down the day after their request was made. Within 48 hours, 154 people, no chance to reconsider, no cooling off period, no waiting period, nothing. Just simply execute them. Welcome to Canada, friend. Welcome to Canada. Hey, listen, Oregon, as Paul stated, perilous times are coming. The pro-abortion Oregon lawmakers recently voted against bringing a bill to the House floor, this was like a week ago, that would have ensured that babies born alive during failed abortions, okay? They have a lot of abortions in Oregon, as they do around the country, that screw up and the baby's actually born alive. Oregon allows you to murder children up to the time they're born. I mean, is this for real? Well, just a week or so ago, lawmakers there voted 34 Democrats voting against the bill and 22 Republicans voting in favor of the bill. including in those voting against the bill was Representative Cyrus Javati, a former Republican who became a Democrat last year and renounced his pro-life affiliation. Can you imagine that? Paul said, in the latter days, dangerous times are coming. Yeah, that's already arrived in Oregon, I'll tell you that. Let's go back to Canada again. They're a lovely group, aren't they? Kino Vissarion. Okay? This guy had a partial vision loss in one eye. He had type 1 diabetes. And he had struggled with mental health issues, principally depression. But he wasn't depressed all the time. It was seasonal depression. And it was caused by a car accident he was in at age 17. And this guy just decided during one of his bad periods, hey, I need to get executed. I want to die. So Canada put him on their euthanasia program. Here was a guy that suffered from depression, but it was seasonal. He didn't have it all the time. But during one of his bad periods, he applies for those services, and guess what? Yeah, they put the guy down. They put the guy down. Dangerous times are coming, friends. Teachings of demons are coming. Did you see this survey that recently came out? Yeah. Students for Life recently released one of their surveys of Christian colleges in the United States. If you can imagine that. They evaluated 725 Christian colleges in the United States. You know what they found? 114 of the schools, 16% of them, had some form of relationship with abortion and supporting Planned Parenthood. These are Christian colleges, not the rest of them. Folks, perilous times are coming. There's no question about it. And this rapture situation is almost on us. It's almost here. Our society is turning into a scrap heap of satanic filth. And they are going to continue to get worse. It's going to continue to get worse as we move forward. And God is urgently telling you that it's now time to change your life. 602-636-5800. I can help you. Time to change. See you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.